everything's zero now. It's like a tsunami. It's nothing's going to be left. People have no jobs now. And we didn't start, the problem didn't start yet. The problem is going to start next month, fall month, summertime, when everything's going to fall down like a domino, one after the other one. Because we don't trust the bank. Europe doesn't trust our banks. Our people don't trust our banks. So it's going to be a domino, and everything's going to fall down. People lose their jobs, lose their business, no overdraft, nothing. It's going to be disaster.
When you destroy the whole economy in just one day, like Eurogroup and our government did, by pushing just one button and destroy the whole structure of the economy and the whole society, you have to find a way out. And I think Euro is not the way out. And I'm pretty sure that, okay, maybe it's not Cyprus the first country to do that, but I think that the country is going to do that. Maybe Spain, maybe Greece, maybe Portugal, I don't know. But I don't think Euro is going to survive after all this crisis. Yes, of course I'm personally affected, and I'm sure that the whole society is affected, because it's not just about money, it's the whole, people are in shock for what is happening now in the banks, because they are not sure for the next day. So if we're talking about money, of course, when the banks are closed for almost 2 weeks, and you don't have the way to withdraw money from the banks, you have serious problem daily.
I pay my suppliers by cash, and the customer pay by cash. Most of the customer pay by cash, because I'm a small supermarket, and so they don't know what's going to happen. Everybody pay cash. This is a big problem, and it's going to be bigger next week and the following week, because everybody in ASCII, they don't accept checks, and they have all the suppliers, small or big, they need cash. Even 30 euro, I got a delivery with 30 euro, 35 euro, cash. No more credit for nobody, they said. So it's going to be a big problem. The people they don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so they're not sure, so they don't buy a lot of things. They buy only the milk and the bread, 1 tomatoes and 1 cucumber.
When the news first broke, I think the general feeling was absolute shock and disbelief. I think people felt robbed and scared that it was just the tip of the iceberg, what's going to happen next. Okay, we were talking to some friends who heard of a person or a couple, an English couple who decided to go back to the UK before all of this broke, and they sold their house and put the money in the bank prior to going back to the UK to finding a house. And obviously it's a huge amount of money that's in the bank, and now they're faced with not being able to buy a home back in the UK.
I think the fault of the crisis is basically self-inflicted. I think that it's something that's gone on the island which has not been unknown, and maybe there's been a little bit of putting their head in the sand and thinking it's going to go away. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened, and I think that the government's to blame to a certain extent for not acting quick enough to resolve the issue and to address it earlier on.
The problem start from the bankers with the golden boys, from the government, and after from the European Union and the Cyprus people, from the population, from the Cyprus people. We didn't know where to stop. They didn't give us a limit. They give us unlimited. Keep going, no problem. Hit the gas and going. And now we crash everything. Because nobody stop us, nobody say, hey, that's enough. Slow down so you have more time to enjoy it. Now, finish.
People tomorrow will be expecting to get their paychecks. But I'm pretty sure that many companies will probably go immediately bankrupt. So a lot of people will be out of work. The companies that will manage to stay afloat for a while will either have to find a way to pay wages later on. So you can imagine that there will be a ripple effect in the economy. And in that sense, there won't be any jobs left for me. And that's why I'm moving back to Athens tomorrow.
We are living a very difficult time now, and the worst are coming. So I think leaving euro is an answer. I mean, changing and having your own currency is it's a tool for the government to make some changes and go out of that crisis faster. Of course, it's going to be difficult, but we have to do something. In euro, Cypriots cannot do anything. I mean, the policy is coming straight from Eurogroup. The government cannot do anything. So, knowing that the Eurogroup doesn't care too much for the people, I would not give them the power to decide for Cyprus.
I think it wouldn't be too far off to say that we're talking about an economic coup d'etat in Cyprus, and they've stolen the money. There's no two ways about it. So who's to blame? A little. I guess we could also ask why did Cyprus come to this position, to be in such a vulnerable position for the central bankers. There are many factors, I guess. Cyprus, as an economy, probably invested too much in the banking sector. They've made mistakes. They've made huge mistakes, and we're learning about them right now. Like the way they handled the Greek PSI haircut, or how they just wiped out loans, like loans that they gave out to politicians, and then they just wrote them off. So there's a lot of scandals. There's a lot of fault for everybody here, but the real culprit is the ECB and the global financial system as it's set up, which is why I believe Bitcoin could be the next revolutionary thing, the next thing that can be a game changer for the people.
I'm pretty sure that some people are going to take their money from the banks.
The initial reaction of everybody has been, well, I'm just going to take my money out of the bank and I'm going to stick it under my bed. Of course, that's not the sensible thing to do. I think people are now worried about the knowledge that people have drawn their cash out. So is their money safe in their house even? Because I think that the security will have an impact. So I think people will be locking their houses up much more than they did before. And I think people will start and think, if I can't trust the bank, what else can I do with my money? How can I protect myself and my future?
Yeah, I think alternative solutions are what people will look for. They've had a big scare, obviously, in the money market. A lot of people have lost a lot of money. They will be seeking alternatives, but equally what they will be looking for is for safe investments. And, you go back to the old matrix of high, medium and low risks, and it will depend on their circumstances and their age, what they're actually looking for. They may go for the safety of buying, precious metals, gold, silver, etc., and looking at different alternatives that are actually out there as a safeguard until maybe this crisis is over.
As a head of dealing in financial institution here in Cyprus, I think that people should have the freedom to choose their own currency. Bitcoin is a good alternative. Like some of our employees did, it was 4 months ago, transferring some of their money because it didn't feel safe in the banks to Bitcoins, and I think today they're really happy about it.
To me, I can see a future where we might have competing currencies, competing central bank issued currencies like the euro or the dollar, or competing virtual currencies like Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever other kind of coin comes out. But right now it looks like Bitcoin is at the forefront of this.
In the past, I've actually invested a small amount of money into precious metals. I had the opportunity a few years ago of buying some gold at a very good rate. Be it 30 odd years ago, I paid $300 an ounce for my gold, and obviously with the recent increase in the gold value, it actually has given me quite a lucrative return, be it on a small basis. So there are opportunities out there for people to look at different alternatives, but it's long term. You don't make your money the next day. I don't think people understand their money, and I don't think people actually realise the value of it and what things are worth. And again, coming back to where I was earlier on, I think that people will be seeking different alternatives to what they can do with their money and understanding it more. I think that's the thing. You just cannot keep printing this great big amount of notes and running on.
So this is a big lesson for us. Not only for Cyprus, for other countries too, for Europe, because this problem is going to go to Europe again. Poland, Romania, Spain, Portuguese, it's going to affect everybody. We have to big lesson. We didn't learn lesson from Greece. Look what happened to Greece. Came to Cyprus. Of course, it's going to continue. Other people have to learn from our lessons. So, this is money. This is a good money.
We have seen with our own eyes how ordinary Cypriot people are suffering from the current financial system. Off camera, one of them said he felt like a financial prisoner held hostage by his own government. With this documentary, we have tried to capture their thoughts and feelings. We want to invite people around the world to think of a better, more honest money system, a world in which individuals are free to choose their own currencies, whether that is paper money, Bitcoin, gold, silver, or something else, and in any combination. In a free society, we hold the freedom of choice sacrosanct and value the ability to choose between multiple goods and services. Why should this not apply to money as well?